that bro saved me. I'm gonna save his life. We are gonna do what all great men need to do. If you have a special someone in your life, your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it might be, there comes a time where you'll hear them screech in the middle like, ah! And they're like, please, can you kill the spider? Today, we need to tap into those primitive, primal powers that we have, because we are going to show you my favorite way of slaying, cue it up, the spider den and Raid Shadow Legends. And you know what else is pretty legendy? My giveaway for new players. Use my link down below. If you're a new player, scan the QR code if that's more convenient. You'll get for free at the very beginning Tagore. Then you go at level 15. And when you hit level 40, the cherry on top, you're gonna get Deacon Armstrong. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna use him a little bit today, and it's gonna be a good old time. Some of the best epics and best supports in the game, period, end of story. So come on over. Let me show you what we're cooking up in the kitchen today. Man, I've been meaning to get around to this. I have like 5 million videos, and I think it's a good problem to have. It's like I keep pushing this down the road, and I'm like, you know what? I wanna do it today. Show you my favorite lineup. It's actually quite funny and also kind of reflecting on where we were in the past when it came to the spider den. Basically, I got it locked into a point where it's like, it's so easy. It's just like, we can churn these points out super quickly. At the time of this video, we have a spider tournament for Ishiyama, and well, it makes this really easy when you use the little strat that I got here. And the most important reason why I'm making this is because there's a lot of ways to take down the spider. The most important thing I want to talk about is flexing one of my favorite stupid characters that I upgraded, and that's Septimus, dude. This guy literally reminds me, like if there was a Call of Duty medieval warfare game or whatever, and then like you grind, you get the gold camo. This I feel like is me, embodied in game, just pure gold. He's shiny. You know that one song from Moana where the little crab guy saying it's shiny? He was talking about Septimus. So I unlocked Septimus a couple months ago, and I upgraded him about a month or two ago. And it was one of those things where I knew what I was getting into, that this character got severely power crept, but in the realm where he's not power crept, oh my god, he is so much fun. Kind of a glorified cold heart, but let's have a little conversation about it and then show you this guy inside of the spider den here. So I just had to make fit in this guy. If I'm gonna upgrade a character, I gotta show what I love doing with him. Best part about it, I don't even have the abilities to upgrade it. So if you get this guy, I mean, yes, you're gonna get a lot more damage if you do upgrade it, you know, and it's gonna make a big deal, I think. But it's like, I don't need it. For the context of what I'm using him for, not too important. But basically, long story short, this is the ability, Holy Sword. And you're really gonna be like, holy sword, when you actually use it. You attack an enemy, ignore the shield, block damage buffs, and damage increase according to the enemy max HP. We're gonna talk about the problems with this guy, but when you target a big boss that doesn't have any max HP damage mitigation type of stuff, boom, you can hit for millions of damage. So much fun. However, there's some other additional benefits. He is pretty decent at like wave clearing, because on the basic, he grants an extra turn and resets the cooldown of this champion's holy sword if the target is killed. So he does some pretty good damage. He's able to, like, you know, sometimes clear people out, boom, boom, boom. Pretty satisfying stuff that he's got going on. And each attack has a 30% chance of increase in duration of all debuffs on the target. Yeah, whatever. The damage inflicted by each attack increased by 30% if the enemy's current HP is over 50%. So this is basically the main sum of it, just doing a massive amount of damage. And if you're curious, here's the artifacts that I'm running. We're going with, what is this, Savage? I know it's Savage, but I say Savage because it's a Star Wars reference. All right, anyways, my bad. And Cruel, and basically just trying to get as much like attack on him as possible. Gary, they can't see. Yeah, we got like speed here, some attack over here, some crit rate to make sure we're getting up over that 100% threshold. Man, if you can get 100% crit rate without a crit rate gauntlet, dude, you're doing great. And this is a big missed opportunity. If I want to eventually transition this to crit damage, but again, I'm not too worried about it because this is kind of a fun stupid champion to upgrade, I think. But anyways, yeah, you guys get the point. Yeah. All right, I want to get into why I love this character in the certain context, and why, if you do get this legendary, maybe have a heart-to-heart with yourself and see if this is really a champion worth upgrading for you personally. Let me take you on over to the Spider Den, which is the main thing I'm having a blast with this guy with. And you can use him in a variety of stuff. Here, Gary, can we pull up the ranking for this character for people to see, just so they can get a good general idea of where he's at? Hold on. So like, here's a quick overview on what you could potentially do with this character. It's a 4-star overall champion if you like to use Hell Hades as your baseline here. He's pretty solid in the demon. If you can keep him alive, he's going to do some pretty serious work. So although I'm showing him in the context of the Spider Den, you can see that there's a little star nicked off over there. We'll talk about it, but you can do some good stuff in the core dungeon experience. Once you get the hard mode, it's going to be, well, as the word would say, a little bit harder to accomplish. But otherwise, he's got some good all-around stuff. But for me, what I'm doing with him, this is my bread and butter with this guy. So let's go hop over to the dungeons, hop over to the Spider Den. And let me just point to you, and it's actually funny, I got too comfortable. I just sit at stage 20 for when I do tournaments. That's the most efficient thing for me. Eventually, I do want to push into hard mode, Doom Tower, another day, another time. But here's the problem. Once you go to these higher tiers, you encounter a small, ever so small dilemma. This right here. Almighty Strength. Damage from skills that scale based on enemy max HP cannot exceed 10% of the boss's max HP when attacking the boss. And that right there is a massive FU to Septimus. Or even things like Cold Heart, for example. But long story short, back once upon a time when there were only 20 stages, I believe, for the dungeons, Septimus was literally the god. He was the dude. And I have a feeling that that he's probably the reason why they had to add things like Almighty Strength here. Let's just showcase him, all right? Let's go to stage 20, because when you go to stage 20 and below, you don't have that problem. You don't have that. It's free real estate, baby. So here's a team that I'm going to be rocking for today. Septimus, just because. Deacon, which if you use my link down below, scan my QR code, you'll get to Gore right away. Ugo at level 15, and Deacon Armstrong at level 40. Bringing ourselves in, what's his face? Prince Kymar. Bringing in Armand just to stun all the little spiderlings and pull back turret from the boss. And Cold Heart. And this is kind of the biggest criticism, I think, of Septimus. He's kind of, in a way, a glorified version of Cold Heart, because Cold Heart does damage according to the enemy's max HP. So that's, I think, the biggest thing, is that he kind of overlaps a little bit of Cold Heart, but I believe he does a little bit more damage. But anyways, let me just show you how fun this is at the end of the day. Here's the thing. We're playing a game, and games should be fun, right? I know as mobile gamers, we're so used to doing chores, this and that. Fine, that's the back burner thing when you play mobile games. Nuh-uh. You need to find time to just do stupid stuff, fun upgrades, and I think Septimus is one of them. So let me just go show you what we got cooking here and my line, but I'll throw it out. Oh shoot, don't, I don't want to do it. I want to enjoy it for a second. So I go in there, Armand controls the terminator of the spider boss, and also stuns all these little spiders, because I find them pretty darn annoying. Sometimes they'll just blitz down my Septimus, and GG's. And here we go, the beautiful Deacon Armstrong. What I like to do is we go in there, we drop that defense down. Let's go for it. Actually, yeah, we'll just do defense down. So trying to butter up this spider, which of course we didn't get it on him. But here's the thing. Here, so we have a Cold Heart. Let's just see some comparison damage. So we're gonna throw this 5-20. See, it sucks that we didn't get the the defense down going. Of course, they're not gonna do it. We're gonna do this again. So this is without defense down. So Deacon, you kind of I know there's a lot of pressure because you're at the giveaway and I'm talking about you a lot. You need to get defense down going. But anyways, let's do this. So 663,000. So again, a rare doing almost the same as him, but let's keep going. Yeah, we're doing cool stuff. All right, let's push some Terminator to the team, and the good news is we're gonna reset the cooldowns with Prince Kymar in a moment. Just do this right now. Nothing, not too important. And here we go. Prince Kymar, I think it was my first legendary after I got Sun Wukong. Boy, what a legendary to get. Resets everyone's cooldowns. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So let's try it again. So again, we don't have defense down. I'll roll it again with you guys in a second. Doing another 729,000. Just please bear with me. I promise you we will hit 1 million when all is said and done. Do another basic here. Again, Armand's just controlling. He's our wave control guy. All right, let's see if we can try to... There we go. Now we got it. All right, so let's go ahead, get the beautiful Cold Heart 1.1 million. And I'm gonna get there when I get Septimus the defense down. So I feel like we're showcasing Cold Heart more, but the point goes to show, yes, I know I do not have Septimus fully upgraded, right? And there's some damage that he's gonna be missing out on. But I feel like for the context of what I'm doing here for stage 20 and lower dungeons and stuff, I don't know if I really need to do it unless there was a cooldown reduction on some of those abilities that are upgraded here. Pull back the Terminator. And when I throw it on auto eventually, it's just, I have this on like a 30-second timer basically. So it's not too bad. I know some people say they have their Septimus at like 10 seconds. I'm like, how do you get the 10 seconds when literally the spiders take like 20 seconds to spawn in here? They probably have gnarly Septimuses that are able to just, I've seen some clips where people can like turn one, just like nuke out the Big Daddy spider right away, and that's the power I yearn to achieve in this game. All right, go ahead. Deacon Armstrong pushing Terminator to our team. Hopefully I could get Septimus to get in there one more time. It looks like Cold Heart is about to do another hit, and look at that, both of them. Yeah. All right, do a little basic here. Pull back the Terminator. Armand, you are beautiful. Don't you let anyone tell you otherwise. Excellent work, my friend. Give me some more defense down. And here we go. Cold Heart going first. With the Cold Heart going first. 1.1 million. And let's see here. So I believe Septimus does less damage if they're under 50% HP. So we're not going to get the full damage, but let's see how much I can get here. 1.182 million damage. I told you I was going to get a million. It just, we didn't get the defense down right away. Deacon Armstrong, I mean, he's great for many things. He's like constantly pushing Terminator to the team. Defense down is really a big debuff in this game. But let's go ahead. What I'm going to just do is like I throw it on auto, and I've gotten this down to like about 30 seconds, if that. So of course, if we get the right RNG, we get out there right away, and then we can get the defense down. Pretty easy stuff, but here it is. Here's what it looks like. Pretty simple shenanigans if you have them. Now, of course, this isn't the only way to do the spider. When I first did the spider, it's crazy going back in time, checking it out, and I was so proud of myself when I was able to get the spider taken care of. Look at 1.1 million, 1.3 million. Look at that, 1.4. Let's round that, 1.4 million. I was using Apothecary, getting tons of burn, and just letting the burn debuffs do their thing. I think that's what I love about this game. Every single dungeon boss, another 1.4 million. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. There are so many different ways of taking on one. Are you kidding me? Are we gonna be, you're at 35. You're 4 seconds over time right there. Anyways, I was getting ahead of myself here. One thing I love about this game, there are so many ways of taking out dungeon boss. Like, these are two vastly different strategies. Going in with the massive damage of Septimus and Cold Heart, just boom, nuking out the opposing spider. And then things like Apothecary, my first way of handling it, where you just spam HP burn and the spider literally just eats itself alive. Where's Apothecary? I know we've outgrown Mordecai. I always mix up Apothecary and Mordecai. Still, for those that have been watching me for a while, for whatever reason, Mordecai and Apothecary constantly getting mixed up. Look at this, I don't even have a story. Oh my gosh. I know I'm always working on artifacts, but I look back at this and I haven't touched these artifacts since then. I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. What was I doing? Whatever though. We're not here to roast myself. We'll do that another time. But I used this guy. He was a ton of fun. But at the end of the day, it took me a little bit longer to get this up in there, but it did the job. It did the job, and I love that there are so many ways of going about it. But for me, Septimus is an absolute blast if you don't care about the higher, dungeon levels that come along with him. But yeah, he definitely got power crept. He's been in the game for a while now, and I can see why they power crept him, because I'm sure they don't want him basically one-hitting all their bosses. Absolutely broken character. You know what it reminds me? For those of my friends that played Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2, it's kind of one of those things, like if you didn't experience the model 1887 shotguns before they got patched, you weren't experiencing life at its fullest. This is kind of one of those things. It feels like the model 1887 pre-patch, and I never got to appreciate it or enjoy it myself, but I can enjoy a small degree of it and watch history of people doing it. Anyways, tons of fun, looks super cool. If you do happen to get him, he's a fun champion, but definitely I think there's probably more important champions that you might have in your roster, but nonetheless, he's cool, he's shiny, he's golden, and in my heart, that's as good as gold. People, you know what else is as good as gold? My giveaway code. Make sure you use the link down below. If you're a new player, scan the QR code, and you'll get right away for free to Gore, then at level 15, Ugo, and then at level 40, Deacon Armstrong. That's gonna be it for today, my friends. Go out there, smash the spiders for all of your loved ones out there. Or you know what? You know what the honorable thing is? Don't tell the leave and older. Sometimes they're looking at the spider. It's like, man, you're just at the wrong place, wrong time. I'll take the spider, release it out into the world. And I want to believe if spiders ever do take over the world, that one spider's gonna be like, that bro saved me. I'm gonna save his life. See, I want to believe karma kind of works its way around like that. What goes around, goes around, goes around, goes all the way back around. Little Justin Timberlake to wrap it up, because you know why? It's gonna be May. Well, it's already May right now. Let's just wrap up this video. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And always remember that it's great to be in the Empire today. Yeah.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today.